tún milẹ̀ tìtìtìtì ẹ̀jẹ̀ méjì kì í jàṣà ìkànnì aláyọ̀ ló dùn ún dún tó tún kilẹ̀ pálapàla má gbé kúrò ń bẹ̀ ó ń dùn mọ́ni nínú.
The time is 12:02 from Alayo Online Radio TV. I am Oluwatoyin Elebute, bringing you the top stories making headlines this afternoon. First, the headlines. I'm not for sale. Kwakwanso breaks silence after Kano governors exit from NNPP. I'm not for sale. Kwakwanso breaks silence after Kano governors exit from NNPP. Impeachment. Jiga highlights big obstacle faced by river assemblies. Impeachment. Jega highlights big obstacle faced by river assemblies. 2027 Peter Obi dancing with Kwakwanso will make Vela lose sleep. Urobo. 2027 Peter Obi candidacy with Kwakwanso will make Villa lose sleep. Urobo. When it was time for me to give birth, the bandits offered no help. They were looking at me, said a victim in Kaduna. When it was time for me to give birth, the bandits offered no help. They were looking at me, said a victim in Kaduna. 5 Nigerian military officers detained over alleged coup against Tinubu's 4-3 in custody wives plan protest. The 5 military officers detained over alleged coup against Tinubu 4-3 in custody wife plans protest. And in sports, AFCON, you made Nigeria proud. Birmingham manager hails Osayi Samuel. AFCON, you made Nigeria proud. Birmingham manager hails Osayi Samuel. European League on list of teams qualified for round of 16 knockout phase played off. Arsenal suffer huge injury, blow ahead of Man United clash. Before the news in full, let's go on a break.
Ará àdúgbò mo gbé titun dé o. Pẹ̀lú Locate My Ride, ọkọ̀ nílò pẹ̀lú ààbò tó péye dìrọ̀rùn gbà. Locate My Ride is a smart car tracking solution that sends you an instant alert the moment your car moves without your permission. Kí èèyàn fowó ńlá rọkọ̀ bọ̀gìnì kó túmọ̀ wá káyà sókè torí àwọn ajínasẹ̀ tí ń jẹ wọn ajígbọ́n. Ìyẹn dèèwọ̀ whether you are at home, at work or asleep. Locate My Ride keeps watch 247, real-time update, detailed report, customizable alert. Ní gbogbo ìgbà ni ó mọ bí ọkọ̀ rẹ gbé wà. Pẹ̀lú ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé tí ilé-iṣẹ́ Locate My Ride gbé dé lásìkò yìí. Just confidence and peace of mind. You can protect your car. Try protect your investment by calling or WhatsApp Locate My Ride on 0807 151 1451 or follow us on Instagram at Locate My Ride 247 with our reliable, secure and user-friendly solution. Drive with confidence and track with ease. Ọkọ̀ mi ọkọ̀ máa wà mí lọ kò sí fòyà. Ará àdúgbò mo gbé titun dé o. Pẹ̀lú Locate My Ride, ọkọ̀ nílò pẹ̀lú ààbò tó péye dìrọ̀rùn gbà. Locate My Ride is a smart car tracking solution that sends you an instant alert the moment your car moves without your permission. Kí èèyàn fowó ńlá rọkọ̀ bọ̀gìnì kó túmọ̀ wá káyà sókè torí àwọn ajínasẹ̀ tí ń jẹ wọn ajígbọ́n. Ìyẹn dèèwọ̀ whether you are at home, at work or asleep. Locate My Ride.
Láti bí ká ṣe live broadcast training, live streaming, photoshoot studio, ẹ̀ka ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́, audio mixing studio àti àwọn ètò lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ lórí ìròyìn tó gbóná fẹlẹ́lẹ́fẹlẹ́lẹ́ àti gbígbé àṣà àtẹ̀sìn lárugẹ. Ètò nípa lọ́kọláya, eré ìdárayá láti ẹnu àwọn atọ́kùn tó dáńtọ́. Opposite Glory filling station ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ odò along ọjọ́ ìwó road Ìbàdàn láfi kalẹ̀ sí. Ẹ lè pè wá sórí 0913-609-3243 tàbí 0707-979-0863. Alayo rédíò TV ìkànnì tí kò lẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́.
Welcome back. Now the news in details. Rabiu Kwakwanso has dismissed speculation that he is ready to abandon his political belief following the recent defection of Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf. From the News Nigerian People Party (NNPP), the former NNPP presidential candidate made it clear that his loyalty remained with his long-standing political ideology and the people who support the Kwakwansiya's movement. He spoke shortly after the news emerged that the Governor Yusuf, several local government chairmen, members of the House of Representatives and some political aides has left the party. Speaking to supporters at his residence in Kano on Friday, Kwakwanso said his political journey has never been driven by money or personal ambition. He described his struggle as one rooted in service to ordinary Nigerian and resistance against political compromise. I am not for sales. Our political convictions keep me grounded. If I were in it for personal gain, I would have taken the easy route and you would have been looking for me elsewhere, not in the place, he said. Kwakwanso explained that the Kwakwansiya's movement was built on shared value and discipline, not on financial reward or political patronage. According to him, loyalty within the movement has survived because people believed in a common purpose. Our shared vision is to keep me going. If I were motivated by greed, I would have taken the money and run, and you would be here showing your support, he added. He wants supporters not to lose focus despite recent political shifts in Kano. Kwakwanso said the movement must remain united and prepare for future political battles, especially ahead of 2027 general elections. We need people who would have sacrificed and stood by the truth. You should not relent because one day we will achieve our objective, he stated. The former governor also expressed concern over the current political direction in Kano State. He accused unnamed forces of working to dismantle destruction built over the year by the Kwakwansiya's movement and urged his followers to begin earlier mobilizations. Political analyst Mahmood Jega has pointed out all matters of impeachment of governors and their deputy requires a level of partnership on the part of the Chief Justice of State for it to be successful. Speaking in connection to the move being made by the Rivers State House of Assembly to impeach Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy, the analyst said that this was why a few months ago the pro-Wike members in the Rivers House of Assembly tried to remove the Chief Judge Samuel Amadi. He said that from all indication, the House has failed to cooperate from him to get a panel that would automatically return a guilt verdict against Fubara and his deputies. Speaking on Arise News, Jega said, "You see, when I think back as far as the Second Republic, in all impeachments, matters of governors and deputy governor, it requires a certain level of partnership on the part of the Chief Judge of State for it to be successful." Why did I say that? They called themselves in 1981 when we had the first case in the Kaduna State Assembly trying to impeach the governor. The High Court, the Appeals Court, and the Supreme Court all said that the court cannot stop the Assembly from impeachment process because it's like stopping it from passing any other law because they are constitutionally empowered to do that. By the time, as we can see, the court in River in particularly has stopped the process. That just one point. Now, when we discussed this matter some months ago, I didn't point out that Okay, the Wike camp has the overwhelming majority of members of the Rivers State Assembly to impeach the governors, but they have one obstacle, which is the Chief Judge of the Rivers State. It is the judge who will appoint the panel, and in all experience that we have of the impeachment of governor and deputy governor, the chief judge usually collaborates to set up a panel that will return a guilty verdict. And the constitution says if the panel brings not a guilty verdict, that is end of the process. And I suspect that the River States we are heading into the same direction, and the pro-Wike members of the assembly were aware of it because some months ago they tried to remove the chief judge, Samuel Amadi. They tried to remove him. They said that falsify his age or something like that, and I could see immediately it was because they probably failed to get cooperation to set up a kind of panel that will automatically return a guilt verdict against the governors. But now, we haven't even gotten to that stage. He got one of his colleagues in the same high court to issue an order, and he said, I must respect this order. And then the assembly members said they are appealing, and this kind of thing can make a long time. But in the end, even if Wike camps win, it is still the same chief judge who will set up the panel to probe the allegations, and we will see how it goes. A member of the People Democratic Party (PDP) as well as Obedient Movement, Dixie Irogbo, said the candidacy of Peter Obi as president and Rabu Kwakwanso as vice will make the presidential bill a lost sleep. Irogbo said this on Friday in an interview on Arise Television Prime Time, monitored by Daily Post. He said that if Kwakwanso has released, he could form an alliance with Peter Obi, both of them major a group statement in the forthcoming 2027 general election. Daily Post record that to for the 2023 general election, Kwakwanso has a proposal to be running mate to Peter Obi under the Labour Party, but he declined the offer. He reportedly rejected the decision and said he would have accepted to deputize Mr. Obi Peter. The former Kano State governor also reportedly said that he would join any political party if the party agrees to make him either presidential or vice presidential candidate for the 2027 general election. From the experience Kwakwanso has gotten now, if he has realized that he can form an alliance with Peter Obi, then the two of them can make a major statement in 2027. The candidacy of Peter Obi as president and Kwakwanso as vice will definitely make the presidential ballot lost life, Irogbo said. Feeding was a serious problem. The food was given to us was degrading. I cried almost every day, especially seeing my children suffer. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The worst enemy of hypertension. When it was time for me to give birth, the bandits offered no help. They were just looking at me. I delivered with the assistance of fellow captivities who were frightened and helpless, she said. During her captivity, Babangida went into labor and delivered a baby boy, later named Abubakar. Both mother and child were left without any form of medical attention, placing them in the fragile and high-risk condition. Following her release, Babangida urged the government and security agencies to step up rescue operation, voicing grave concern for children and the other residents who remain in the custody of the adoptees in the bandits in Kaduna State. At least 5 of our military officers detained over the alleged coup details to overthrow President Bola Tinubu's government have reportedly fallen ill. Sahara reporters learned that the officers initially detained at the Defense Intelligence Agency were moved into a dark, underground military cell in Abuja a few weeks ago. About 5 of them are critically sick and 2 of them collapsed last week. Till now, some of them are kept mum. One of them was even involved. He was being punished because he was failing to alert the military authority, a military source told Sahara Report. Meanwhile, some families of the detainees told Sahara Report that they are informed about the whereabouts of their relatives for months, with the office being held incommutable. We have been denied access to since their arrest. We can't say this way. Where do we move? One of them said. We are planning to massively protest at DIA to demand their whereabouts. DIA office is beside the State House Clinic at the Meba Barrack. About 5 of us, we want to go and ask if our husbands are still alive. One of the wives of the arrested officers told the Sahara Report. Since they were arrested, the military authority has denied them access to their families and lawyers. She continued, "We can't continue like this. We don't have access to their bank accounts, and as them take their ATM cards away, we can't pay our children's school fees and other things," she added. And in sports, Birmingham City manager Chris Davis has praised Bright Osayi Samuel, who plays as a fullback of the Super Eagles. He hailed the player for his performance during the 2025 African Cup of Nations in Morocco. Osayi Samuel was very important as Nigeria won the bronze medal by beating Egypt 4-2 in the third-place match on the penalties. The former Fenerbahce players were on defense and also had attack, making the Super Eagles one of the most aggressive teams in the tournament. During his pre-match press conference, Davis praised Osayi Samuel's performance for Nigeria, saying he performed well even though the Super Eagles sadly missed out on the AFCON title. Osayi Samuel was very important as Nigeria won the bronze medal by beating Egypt 4-2 in the third-place match on penalties. Davis told reporters he's back, which is good news, and I congratulate him on his performance and Nigeria for making it the tournament. Although they didn't win the competition, they made the country proud, and Bright really enjoyed being part of that, so we are happy to have him back. Osayi Samuel was taken out of the third-place match against Egypt after he hurt his hamstring in the second half. This made people wonder if he would be prepared for the game at St. Andrews Stadium. The Blue manager shared an update on his fitness, saying the Nigerian player has been checked by the club doctor and it is ready to play against the Stroke City. He is available. There were little issues, but we have made him checked out. He trained today, so he's okay, Davis added. Following the conclusion of the UEFA European League matches this week, we'll bring you the team that have qualified for the round of 16 and knockout phase playoff so far. Aston Villa and Lyon are the latest teams to secure the place in the European League round of 16 after recording 18 points each for 7 matches. Both teams are currently occupied the first 2 positions in the European League standing after Thursday matches. Here are the teams that have qualified for the round of 16 knockouts phase playoff so far. Confirmed in round of 16, Aston Villa and Lyon. Confirmed in round of 16 of the knockout phase playoff, Bologna, Braga, Celta Vigo, Sevilla, Fernandes and Roma. Victoria plays the knockout phase playoff will take place in February, while the round-off will be played in March. And that's all we have now on our nationwide news. Kindly follow us on our page on social media, Alayo Online Radio TV. I am Uluwatoyin Elewute. Thanks for listening and good afternoon.
tó bá ń gbọ́ tó ń sẹ́ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́ tó tún milẹ̀ tìtìtìtì ẹ̀jẹ̀ méjì kì í jàṣà ìkànnì Aláyọ̀ lójú òun dún tó tún kilẹ̀ bálabàla má gbé kúrò ń bẹ̀ o ó ń dùn mọ́ni nínú.